Hello and welcome everyone to our 10th AMA. During this AMA, we are going to discuss about phase 2, which is going to launch today. This is a very important AMA from the point of view of the mechanics that are going to be introduced in phase 2, especially bonding, which is going to be very useful during the life cycle of the protocol and is the main mechanism through which tokens would be rolled out moving forward. Before we begin, I'd like to thank everyone who has taken the time to join us, and I'd also like to thank the community for the response that we have received during phase 1 of our protocol. We have made considerable amount of progress in terms of the TVL that we have been able to attract. So thank you everyone, and hope you stay with us in the future as well. So during this AMA, we are mainly going to discuss about bonding, and this AMA will also introduce everyone to our governance token, which is Karsha. These two are very important as far as the future mechanics of a protocol are concerned. These two are the basic defining operations for that all participants in the protocol need to understand very well. They want to uh, stay in the protocol for a long time. So let's go ahead and see what today's launch has in store for everyone. So the first thing is we are introducing bonding beginning from today. During this phase, the protocol is going to offer bonds which will roll out the Karsha token at a discounted price compared to the market price. Uh, the discounts are going to be variable and depend on the frequency of bonding that occurs. So, if more people are bonding, then the discounts would decrease, and if less people are bonding, then the discounts would increase to make bonding more attractive. An important point to note during this phase is that about bonding is that no negative discounts are offered, which means that even if there comes a situation where because of a lot of bonding happening, the discounts are massively decreasing. Uh, there would be a point where it wouldn't cross the limit of zero discount or go into negatives, which means that bonds will always be offered at par with the market price, uh, even if the discounts are going beyond the actual discounts are going beyond zero or below zero. The most important goal for bonding is liquidity acquisition. As we all know by now that we are an Olympus fork, and the main purpose of bonding in case of Olympus as well is to increase protocol owned liquidity. So we have a similar strategy over here about acquisition of liquidity through bonding, LP tokens through bonding. But a major differentiator between us and other protocols here is that our DAO is going to use the LP tokens acquired during this phase to fuel a very important mechanism which is going to come in phase 3. It's called the loss ratio pegging mechanism. More information about this mechanism is available in our Git book, and there would be more AMAs hosted to explain in detail what it is. But the LRP mechanism is going to use these liquidity pool tokens accumulated during these stages in order to control the supply of the token in the future, which is going to be extremely beneficial for the DAO as well as the community as a whole, because it plays a crucial role in protecting the interests of everyone in the community as well as protecting the investments that are being made into the protocol. So the bonds would be vesting at the end of 5 days at this stage. Uh, so if you buy a bond today, you will get your tokens at the end of 5 days. But an important point to note over here is that since bonds vest in 5 days, it doesn't mean that uh, the purchasers would be able to. It doesn't mean that the purchasers would be missing out on the rewards for these 5 days. As soon as the bonds are purchased, your tokens are automatically staked and start earning rebase rewards, which with every rebase. It is just that you will get the tokens in your wallet at the end of 5 days. The payout is in governance token called Karsha. We will introduce more details about Karsha in an upcoming slide. But as a payout from bonding, you do not receive PANA, but you receive Karsha. Behind Karsha, the base token is PANA itself, but the mechanics work such that you get the governance token if you bond with us. Karsha rebases happen every 8 hours, which means your tokens are earning an yield every 8 hours based on a fixed APY that we will come to in an upcoming slide. Bonding is the primary mechanism for the future of the protocol and also an important operation when it comes to assurance NFTs, which is the main offering from the DAO. So when it comes to assurance NFT, the primary mechanism which you pay premiums in your NFT would be through bonding. So it is extremely important that everyone in the community understands bonding very well and knows the ins and outs of it. The main question would be what will be happening to the free streaming that is already active through our staking pools on our DApp. Uh, that will continue as it is for the next 20 days. Uh, the updates regarding the free streaming are that we have been able to reach a total TVL of US dollars 82,000 around. These numbers are from a few hours ago, so they would be different right now. But as of today, we reached a TVL of 82,000 US dollars around. Uh, the market cap for our Pana tokens stands at 48 and a half US dollars. As I said, free streaming is going to continue with bonding, with different incentives for both. Uh, the streaming rates are going to remain unchanged as we started with streaming 50,000 PANA on a daily basis. That is going to stay unchanged. Since we wanted to maintain consistency and give everyone a fair chance, regardless of at what stage they participate into free streaming. So we decided not to change anything around free streaming rates, and no new staking pools were added because uh, the, the 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 tokens that are listed on the website are the only ones that we will be moving forward with. There is no change to reward rates for staking pools, which is the Pana USDC liquidity pool tokens staking pool will keep earning rewards at the 40x multiplier. The Pana pool will keep earning at a 10x multiplier, and the rest of the pool would keep earning reward rate at 1x multiplier. So we decided not to maintain consistency, not to change any of the configurations when it comes to free streaming. So everyone still has a fair chance to participate into free streaming if they want to opt for that. Uh, Free streaming is going to continue till October 17th, beyond which it will not be available anymore. And bonding would be the primary mechanism through which Karsha or Pana can be bought after that point. So moving on, we have the Karsha token that would be rolled out from today through bonds. As mentioned, Karsha is the governance token for the protocol, and it comes with a lot of benefits, which will be very useful in the future stages of a protocol. One of the examples could be ability to vote on assurance NFT parameters. So the car shareholders would be able to participate or vote on decisions that are about deciding the payout that needs to go to uh, the assurance NFT participants when a parametric event occurs. They may also be able to decide on yield or several other management related aspects of the DAO. They can also be able to vote on proposals that the community will put forward in the future for snapshot vote or any other uh, platforms. So the if holding Karsha gives you the ability to actually participate in decision making process of the protocol. So Karsha is the primary payout token for bonds. As I already mentioned, the wrapped staked version of base token Pana is what Karsha is basically. So behind Karsha, there is actually Pana, which is earning rebase rewards every 8 hours and increasing an index which can be used to convert Karsha into Pana. So it just simplifies the Karsha just simplifies the tax implications when it comes to tax laws in several countries because of it being a wrapped staked token, which is not actually accruing quantity over time. It's actually rebasing behind the scenes. So the amount of Karsha that the holders hold stays constant uh, until they convert it into Pana or unwrap into Pana. So when you unwrap your Karsha into Pana, you multiply it with the index value, and that's what will give you the amount of Pana that you actually hold. But if you bought one Karsha today, that would stay the same, maybe a month or a year from now. So as I mentioned, it earns a rebase rewards. The rebase rewards are as per a static APY that we have decided. This means that this is a very important differentiator in the sense that the APY is static. So APY, so when it comes to rebasing tokens or yield generation, APY is a very important term. So APY is nothing but the value of your investment in 1 year, uh, including the rewards that you get via compounding. So the APY that we have decided right now is 25%, and that is going to stay static. For phase two, we will be offering a boosted APY, which we will cover in an upcoming slide. So, so a static APY also means that it is not going to change with supply or any other parameters. It will stay constant, and the rebase rewards will be based on that, and it is including the compounding return. Karsha will not be available via free streaming, which is a very important differentiator. So if you have staked your tokens into in any of the staking pools, you would have received Pana till now, and you will keep receiving Pana. But it doesn't have the ability to roll out Karsha. Karsha can only be purchased via bonding with the protocol, uh, and there is no other way from where it is available except for the market. So that is another incentive to bond rather than staking your assets into the free streaming staking pools, because bonds give you Karsha, which play an important role in governance, and they have several tax benefits and flexibilities as well. So moving on, we'll go through the bond parameters for the bond that is going to be offered from today. Uh, so the first thing is the token that would be required for bonding would be the Pana USDC liquidity pool token. Uh, this token can be acquired by providing liquidity in terms of Pana and USDT to the Sushi Swap liquidity pool. That would give you SLP tokens, which can be used for bonding with the protocol. The bond duration is going to be 20 days. Over a period of 20 days, we are looking to sell around 200,000 PANA to the community. Uh, the bond discount to begin with is going to be 5%, but as I already mentioned, this discount would vary over the 20 days based on the bonding frequency and some other parameters as well. So if bonding frequency is high, the discount will go down, and if the bonding frequency is low, the discounts would increase, and you could have a chance of getting PANA at a very cheap rate compared to the market price, or Karsha at a very cheap rate compared to the market price. The max payout to begin with is going to be 20,000 PANA. That is around 20,000 PANA uh, could be bought via a single bond. But this number might as well change based on how bonding is progressing. It is dependent on a number of factors like the the activities going on in the bonding during bonding, and the ability to be able to sell 200,000 bond capacity for a period of 20 days. So these two are variable parameters. The vesting period is going to be 5 days, which means you get at the end of 5 days. I would stress that your token starts accruing rebase rewards from the day you start investing itself. Base APY stands at 25%. So after 20 days, the APY for bonding or the APY for rebase would be 25%, which means your investments would accrue more PANA at the rate of 25% annually. But for phase two, that is for the next 20 days, the APY is going to be around 100,000%. Now, the reason for such a massive difference and why we chose to go with 100,000% for phase two, we'll cover in an upcoming slide. So here is a comparison between bonding and free streaming for anyone who's looking to find out what is more beneficial. Uh, so the first difference between the two is through bonding you get Karsha, and through free streaming you get PANA. You can't get Karsha through free streaming. The tokens invested for both tokens for both methods, the PANA USDC SLP tokens can be invested to participate in any of them, but free streaming also allows you to stake PANA itself and some other tokens from other protocols as well. But bonding would only accept PANA USDC liquidity pool tokens. So that is one of the major differences. Then when it comes to rebase rewards, you get automatic rebase rewards through bonding because your tokens are automatically staked and keep earning rebase rewards unless you choose to liquidate or unwrap your Karsha into PANA. So as long as you keep holding Karsha, the amount of tokens backing that Karsha, which is PANA, is always increasing. Whereas in case of free streaming, you get PANA, but you don't get automatic rebasing. The through bonding, you get the tokens for an amount which you're willing to spend. So in order to bond with the protocol, you have to spend your SLP token. But in case of free streaming, you have to stake your SLP token, which can be withdrawn at any time. So as long as you stay staked in free streaming, you keep receiving PANA at a fixed emission rate. But once you decide to withdraw, you can withdraw your liquidity pool tokens or any token that you have invested, and you stop receiving PANA rewards. In case of bonding, that is not the case. You have to bonding costs you something, which is I'd say your SLP token right now. Bonding has a vesting period, which is for 5 days. Free streaming does not have a vesting period. which means you can harvest your freely streamed Pana uh, almost immediately. Uh, as discussed in the previous slide, we did some calculations to decide around APY and 20-day yield for both the ways to achieve to receive Pana. So we figured out that at the current stage, with the current TVL in the staking pools, if someone tries to reinvest or keep investing more and more tokens in order to increase their share in staking pools, they would receive an 20-day yield at 33.90%. So with bonding, we kept it a bit higher than that, so that bonding is more attractive. Again, the reason why we want more people to bond is because we want more and more people to get trained with bonding, as it is a very important mechanic when it comes to the future of the protocol. So when we did our calculations, the APY for streaming at the current rate came out to be around 20,500%. Now, the APY for free streaming depends on a lot of factors as well. It is very different from because get into staking pools is also dependent on what your share is. If more people are dropping out of the staking pool, your share increases and your APY also increases as a result. And if more and more people are coming in, then your share keeps decreasing. So there are some other parameters as well on which the return that you get from free streaming is very dependent. So an individual does not have much control over their APY from the staking pools. But in case of bonding, the yield is guaranteed. That is, you are going to receive a fixed return on the totals on your staked tokens. So again, we'd also like to stress that in order to receive the yield, you have to stay staked. That is, you have to keep holding Karsha. If you liquidate your Karsha into Pana, you stop receiving rebase rewards. So that was the reason why we had to keep 100,000% APY for bonding during this phase compared to the 20,500 percent APY for streaming. So after this phase ends, the APY would come down to 25% for bonding, and free streaming would be stopped altogether. So this is a very important phase for all participants because the emissions are very high during this stage, and there is a chance to get a lot of Pana from phase one and phase two both. It is quite unlikely that these emission levels be reached in the future of the protocol. So for anyone who is looking to get involved with the protocol, this is the right time to get as much Pana as possible. Again, bonding gives you governance, so it gives you Karsha token, whereas that is not there with free streaming. The end date for bonding is not there. Bonds will be offered forever, even if it so happens that we have to offer bonds at market. Like if the bond discounts decrease to zero, we'll keep offering bonds at market rate. And if bonding frequency is low, bonds would be offered at a considerable amount of discount. Free streaming would end on October 17th, after which there would be no more free Pana available. So this is where we expect the token to start becoming more and more valuable since it's not available for free anymore, and there's going to be an important loss ratio pegging mechanism that is going to be activated in phase 3. So changes to bonding APY after October 17th would be 25%. It would be brought down from 100,000% to 25%. So that would be a major cut in terms of emissions. So rebase rewards would decrease after that. Free streaming will be completely stopped after October 17th. So to conclude, this hybrid mode for both free streaming and bonding to be active is for limited time, just 20 days. Uh, and this is a very important phase. Emissions are at a very high level, so it is best to take as much advantage as possible from both bonding and streaming. This is a very good opportunity to also get acquainted with how bonding works and get acquainted with the basic terminologies like vesting period, etc. Uh, this phase would also the end of this phase would also mark streaming phase, which means if anyone after that point wants to participate in the protocol by buying Karsh or Pana, they'll have to either buy it from the market or they'll have to buy it from the protocol through bonds. Bonds would always be more lucrative compared to the market because bonds will always give you the token at a discount. Loss ratio peg would kick in from phase three. I'd like to emphasize that this is a very important mechanic that the team has introduced, and this makes a difference between us and many other protocols. It's a true innovation from the team's end because this peg would always ensure that the supply of the token in the market stays pegged at a fixed uh, fixed percentage, which we right now are thinking of 2.5%. So loss ratio peg is going to protect all our community members from uh, is going to protect all our community members' investments as well as protect them from liquidation, like massive liquidation of their investments when parametric events trigger and there is mass selling of the token in the market. So loss ratio peg will always protect communities' investments in terms of value. More AMAs would be held around this in the future before we launch phase three. Uh, but for now, it would be good to understand that Pana supply is going to be controlled from phase three onwards. So there's an introduction of scarcity from three, which will always have an impact on value or in terms of price as well. So with that, I come to an end of the presentation and I'd like to open the table for any questions. So if you have any questions, keep them coming in the Q&A channel. Be happy to answer. So there's a question that there will be no negative discounts. So that's right. It means it will not be greater than the market price. Uh, Bonds will always offer PANA at max at market price. It would never go above that. So the PANA that was streamed to you in the pools can be actually combined with the with USDC, and you could provide new liquidity to the Sushi Swap pools to gain more LP tokens and bond with the protocol so that you get the governance of Karsha. So that's how you can make the optimal use of the PANA that got streamed to you during the free streaming phase. So I already explained about why we had to choose 100,000 APY for this phase because during this hybrid phase, we are competing bonding against the free streaming that is already active. We want our community members to be able to take advantage of both, uh, and we want like someone who wants to take the most advantage or wants to get the most pana, uh, would be able to actually provide liquidity to the liquidity pool and keep their tokens staked in the staking pools, as well as use some of them for bonding to get Karsha. So that way they'll be able to accumulate the most amount of tokens possible. The reason I would choose to stay staked and bond with new liquidity pool tokens is because staking pools offer the pana stream pana token pro rata based on your share in the pool. So if you stay staked till the end while everyone else is dropping, there is a chance for you to actually get more pana, uh, because the emissions are fixed at 50,000 per day. So it will be the best interest of anyone. The best out of this phase would be to provide good amount of liquidity to the liquidity pool to get more tokens and use them for optimally for both free streaming as well as for bonding to get the most pana returns. We don't have a tutorial video on buying and selling right now, but it would be a good idea. So thank you for a suggestion. We will definitely try and prepare some tutorial around this and bonding as well.
Yeah, I think one big difference between the free streaming and then the bonding will be that the bonding's investing in the protocol and not just to get the tokens. So I think that's the largest difference here is that we're starting the process to be able to invest in us making assurance NFTs and bringing this loss ratio peg to our protocol. So I think that's the largest difference that I'd like people to know about.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, this phase, both phase one and phase two, have been uh, I would say preparations for phase three and NFT as well. The liquidity gained during these two phases would be used to support important mechanisms like LRP as well as assurance NFTs, which are coming for which will be offered in near future. So these two phases are actually preparation of the main phase, which is phase three. And if we want to see the bigger picture, these are preparations for offering assurance NFTs, which is going to help us achieve our goal of offering cheap insurance and easy access to insurance for the underserved people of the world. So if do we have more questions? If we have more, please the Q&A channel. I hope everyone's been able to understand the presentation well. But if not, then even after this call, the Q&A channel is open for questions. So please feel free to post questions and get them answered if in doubt.
Yeah, and we'll have this recording of the AMA up on YouTube shortly. so people can review that at that time, and feel free to, like Chandragupta said, go ahead and feel free to send any more questions to the Q&A channel or just in our general channel. We're active in there and would like to be able to answer any questions that people have. So we're really excited for this phase and being able to get closer to our ultimate goal of assurance NFTs. So we really appreciate everybody whose participation uh, has helped us get to this point. So thank you for
Yeah,
the
that's right. Yeah,
the
that's right.
hosting, Chandragupta.
Yeah. You're welcome. Thank you, everyone, for staying with us till now, and hope everyone would stay with us even during the future journey of the protocol, and we'll achieve the goals together with the help of community overall. So yes, yes to a better future. So if there are no more questions, then we can call it an off. But please feel free to post your questions on the Q&A channel, and we'll get them answered for sure.
All right. Well, thank you, Chandragupta. I hope everybody has a good day. Thank you again for joining us.
Yeah, I think we lost with the show.